Leah,
Where
were
is
you
she?
ever at any of these meetings that Tom Cruise would call to tell all the celebrities they were being out ethics dilettantes?
Yes.
You were present at one of those.
Yes.
The one
Were you like, who the F are you to tell me?
Well,
Like,
let me tell
was...
you what Dave told us he did, and you tell me how accurate it is.
Okay.
David Miscavige told us at the Ent Base that Tom Cruise rounded up all the Scientology celebrities, and he did it like that because they're not really a celebrity compared to Tom Cruise. But he said he rounded up all the, and David said Tom did this. He had no part of it. Dave Miscavige had no part of it. Said Tom got them all together and brought them to the it's called the Museum of Death, and it's a psychiatry exhibit. What?
CCHR.
Yeah, the Citizens Commission on Human Rights. It's a facility in Los Angeles.
It's a front group. Yes.
That they say psychiatry's been behind the Holocaust and Mike Tyson beating his wife and every other thing that's ever happened that wasn't right. Psychiatry was behind that. And then he told them this is Dave again, Dave Miscavige telling us what Tom Cruise did. He said, and then Tom said, if you guys don't start promoting Scientology and getting the word out about Scientology, I'm going to make it so you can't work in this town. That's what David Miscavige told us that Tom did to you guys. Now, what happened in real life?
There was a veiled threat, but it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Like, but there was a veiled threat of that because I did walk away going, did this one just say, like, he's going to make it, you know what I mean?
Make it so you can't work if you don't do what he wants.
Right. And I wasn't sure. I was like, what? Really? What?
You're like, this guy doesn't even have any hair on his Scientology balls. He's been here for 5 seconds. I've been here for 20 years.
Who, Tom?
No, you'd been in for like.
No, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Tom is a newbie. We're talking about, this is in the 2000s.
Yeah, no, he was at a podium and everybody had to sign NDAs. Oops. Yeah, and we had packs, that was provided for us, and he read KSW aloud, and
the whole thing.
Yeah, and and I was pregnant, and I was like, nah, bro. I was like, oh,
oh my goodness.
Because nobody could get up, and I was like, well, I gotta pee, so.
We all know how much Tom struggles with reading, you guys.
I know, he's dyslexic.
No, that Scientology handled that. But didn't handle that he. Anyway, okay, so he's at the podium. And he, how it talks, the whole.
Yeah.
And he's like reading, and he's like, every man, woman, child, like that, and then he just was looking at everybody and he was like, it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility, your responsibility, your responsibility to get people in Scientology. It is your like he was just
wow. So he was playing Miscavige.
Oh my God, completely.
Wow, this is so crazy to hear this.
As I often did as a Scientologist, I looked around and I was like, maybe I'm an SP. I would think those things.
Because you're like, this is some bullshit.
I'm like, this is some crazy shit. But my face outwardly was like,
wow. And so,
yes, and I do think if I hear, he said something like that, if I hear that you guys are not pulling, I want lists. He made us make lists of all the people that we knew.
That's what I was going to ask.
Who was influential.
Yeah.
Who are not bringing in. They could be actors, they could be political people, agents, law enforcement, anything. We had to bring them in and tour them.
Wow.
Yeah, no. It was like he told us to get our hats on, that we had to get our hats on.
Wow. And so we were told this was like the Jenna and the Bodies and the, the Mescamins, like that, those type of people. Is that Can you remember any of the people that were there besides
I know
yourself?
Jenna and Bodie were probably there. I don't consider the Meskerman, Jim Meskerman a celebrity in any way in Scientology. Or I don't know that people know him, that.
Yeah.
I'm not putting him down. If he's worked in the business, I haven't, I'm not, but I don't know him to be like a celebrity. So I don't think he was there. And also, Tom was very specific about the people that he allowed around him. Just because you're a celebrity,
Yeah.
like Kirsty wasn't around ever at these events or even private events that, we were at, right?
Yeah.
What, he just didn't like Kirsty or what?
Oh, I don't know. It's just that, only certain people are approved to be on Tom's lines, right? So you can't, that has to go through the president, through David Miscavige. You can't just be like, even at Celebrity Center, which has a private entrance, which is the church for celebrities, there was private entrance, but even in the private entrance, certain celebrities weren't even allowed to be in that entrance area if Tom was coming through. Like they would be stopped at the gate. So they say, hold on. They'd hold elevators so that no other people were in the elevator while he was in the elevator. I mean, this is a Scientology organization, and it's also celebrities, and it's a private wing of the building, really. And so not every celebrity was allowed to be around Tom.
Yeah. Was Ann Archer there?
I don't remember. I mean, remember, I'm pregnant. All I'm thinking about is I have to pee and I have to eat. I mean, that's what I care about.
Was Danny Masterson there?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Giovanni?
Huh?
Giovanni?
Listen, I don't remember, so I don't want to speculate because remember, we're going back some years. I just remember having to pee and having to eat, and why the hell is this guy? Who the hell does this guy think? The more you say, the more I remember, like, I think he actually did say that because I remember having a conversation with Angela about it, that it was anyway. So I just want to make sure that before we get off on being gossipy, and I get that this is juicy stuff.
Well, no, just because we knew the other end of the story.
I know.
I never talked to anybody that was actually there, so I always wondered.
I don't remember exactly who was there. I just don't really remember.
Yeah, it's all good.
And also,
but here's the date wise though. Was this before he got his Freedom Medal or after?
I don't know when he got it.
It was 100% before.
Okay.
Because he got it at the end of 2004. And after this meeting, Jenna Elfman opened the mission in San Francisco, the SOMA, the South Mission.
Right. Yes.
A bunch of these celebrities
got activated, right?
Yes.
Because we were all scared we were going to lose our careers.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the date coincident time.
That makes sense. But he started asking for lists too at every gala, Scientology gala that Celebrity Center had. He started asking through Tom Davis and Jessica Feshbach for names of celebrities we were bringing there, or people of influence to the galas. He wanted us to submit lists.
Incredible.
Yeah.
God, I can't help but imagine that Tom Cruise is getting reports of which Scientology celebrities brought in the most people into CC this month and being like, I'm going to give them a part in my movie. Like the fact that Tom Cruise, we have no evidence that he ever did that, but the fact that he might actually have used helping someone succeed in Hollywood.
I don't believe Tom was, I don't remember him hiring any Scientologists. Like,
it's true.
He's one of those.
I was just going to tell you that was the difference between Tom and John, because John would throw a bone to, like, the guy I mentioned, Tate Rupert or Jim Meskerman. He would let them be in Battlefield Earth, or he'd give them a part in this or a part in that. But when Tom Cruise plays, he don't play favorites with anybody. You don't see, I can't think of, the only time I can think of where he threw a bone was Vanilla Sky. Jason Lee was in that when Jason Lee was a Scientologist, but I can't think of any other Scientology celebrity that got to be in a movie that he was in.
Right.
And I've talked to people on sets that he's been on other movies, and he's not so nice to even the people that work on the movie. He showed up.
Well, we already know what kind of person he is. I mean, this is a man who hasn't seen his daughter because his ex-wife is a suppressive person. So
Yeah.
let's just, and listen, there's shitty fathers all over the world that have nothing to do with Scientology. But
Yeah.
having been a victim of that myself, it stays with you no matter how old you are, and it's pretty damaging. To have, I can only imagine the story that mother has to tell,
Yeah.
and for a child to think that you are somehow broken or unworthy, just stays with you. And
Yeah,
so,
that's
and
horrible.
it's for that that I judge not only him but any parent. Doesn't, could be a mother, it could be, what I mean, who does that. And
Yeah.
being out of Scientology now, I could never imagine doing to my daughter what I grew up with. I could just, and I know you guys too. You have kids now, and you could never imagine putting your children through what we've been through, and what Sea Org members and what Sea Org children go through, and what children of Scientology have to go through, being molested, being abused, being conditioned, being responsible for things that happen to them, and then have to make up for those things.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye!